I punched a hole right through your wall.
I wanna fold clothes for you. I wanna make you feel good. Baby, I wanna do the right thing.
Hey y'all, it's Producer, and today we're reviewing episode 3 of season 2 of Luke Cage. And this was it's a lot. They're doing a lot with these plot threads because they got an hour and they're squeezing every single ounce of it. So let's get right into it. So we pick up right where we left off in the last episode. Luke is contemplating about his actions, about almost killing these people's father and slash husband right in front of their eyes. And then Claire comes trying to nurse everything. And he's worried because, well, if he dies, he could go to Seagate. So things are looking too good there. And so Claire warns him, you gotta stop this. He's like, I know, but I'm getting shit done. I'm like, okay. I'm getting shit done. And there could be a better way because you could just get it out. But you had to go. I was about to make a Beyonce reference. I was really about to make, I'm just going to say ape shit and not do it. I'm not going to do it to y'all. Anyway. So we cut to Mustafa. Wow. Bushmaster. And he, in a very interesting scene, you know, the camera pans and it's a bunch of legs. He had a really interesting night apparently. And he gets up and he starts talking to this other guy about his schemes. He's like, oh, Luke Cage this. Well, Luke Cage is not a problem, but if I want Harlem, I'm gonna have to take him down. He's not really he doesn't like the Stokes, but he's Harlem's heart, and I need that. So he talks about that. And then we cut to homegirl, Tilda, and she's playing on the keyboard like Cornell would do. I almost said Cornell. Cornell used to do, and that brought back good memories to Mariah. And then homegirl's all quiet. She's like, what's troubling you? Well, when I was last time I was here when I was 10, and I was like, oh my gosh, Mariah, you're such a bad mom. And she talks about how she's glad that the family's no longer dark, but then Shades is creeping out, being a stranger, you know, like she's met him, but still, all unannounced, and that's because she told Mariah about Cockroach, so she wants him to go to the Yardies, and Shades felt shaded because homegirl is treating him. She's like, you're not treating me like a partner. So we cut right to Cockroach, who's being interrogated by Misty. And Misty's has had it. She wants the answers. He's not giving to her. First of all, these idiots don't know what lawyer means. If you say lawyer, just say lawyer. If you say anything past lawyer, then the whole lawyer thing doesn't work. So at least he wasn't as stupid as Shades the first. Yeah, Shades, that one time. You can't talk and then be like, oh no, that's too much information to say lawyer. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. But he riles her up, calls her a bitch, and then she about to fight him or something. I don't know. And then they call her back. And then Nandy was like, oh, you're in our problems. And she was like, funny how I'm ahead on your investigation. Why are you trailing behind on your own investigation? Some tea. And then Claire talks about how she's concerned because she's like, you need to be careful. Again, like I said, you just tap them, but she's afraid, you know, which is understandable. You don't want things to go bad. And then what I don't get is afterwards, Misty has to go to the chief. She has to go to the chief, and he's like, oh, you did all this stuff unauthorized? I would have you freaking gone. But you're our precinct's Private Ryan. We can't have too much happen to you. Which, that bothers me because I feel like you really are that upset. If she really broke those rules that were really that bad, that would have circumvented that. I'm calling his bluff is what I'm trying to say. This is real random, but side note, I'm just wearing a nice Zelda shirt. Just so y'all know. Just so I know. Repping the Ocarina of Time, even though it's not even my favorite game. Ocarina of Time's alright, but it's not the best. It's not the best. Or I shouldn't say alright. It's a good game, but it's not the best. Anyway, back to Luke Cage. And so Luke tries to do some investigating on his own. He goes to the Jamaica part of Brooklyn. But I hate when they do that because they always gotta play some reggae music. Y'all are so ethnic for that. But anyway, he tries to do some investigating and he asks some people about the Yardies. And they just keep bothering him, not giving him a real answer. And the thing keeps popping up like, you're not faster than Usain Bolt. It's not that serious. He didn't even say that. And then, so it cuts to Shades trying to do business with the Yardies. And this is when he finds out that Nigel is dead. Because Bushmaster gives him like a sack of money. And inside the sack of money is Nigel's head. Just to show that he's gone, I'm controlling it, and we need to renegotiate this gun deal. Whoa. Power plays here. And then we go back to Jamaica Plain. I mean, not Jamaica Plain. That's Boston. To the Jamaican part of Brooklyn. And then Luke is stalking some random guy. I don't remember where he would get the idea that he's part of the Yardies, but he's stalking him. I guess trying to find some information. And it goes pretty well because even though he hides from Luke, he still finds him. And then we cut to Mariah. And she's trying to open up the new Shirley Chisholm place that has a lot. The Family First Initiative. I'll just say that. Which I like that she's naming it after Shirley Chisholm, but I don't like that Shirley Chisholm's associated with this terrible politician. And she like plants the seeds in Tilda's mind that, oh, I'm a really nurturing person and I really care for you. But like I can see through it. But to be fair, all she really wanted Tilda for was just so she could say that. Because she wants people to see her as a motherly figure. So it's not really much she's going to do. But she's so shady, in my opinion. And then we cut to, what's it called? Misty fighting. Because of the precinct, you know, him being like, oh, I really should have you fired or whatever. She's just upset. So she's like fighting out her pain with her friend. Which people have told me that's White Tiger. Which is weird because all this time I thought Claire was White Tiger. I think it's a Defenders thing. I didn't see Defenders, so they talking about when Homegirl was like, I do know what you mean. I feel it. I don't know what she's referencing there. But she basically tries to encourage her to, your arm is gone, but that is not you. That's just a part of you that isn't even that big of you. Your body's just a vessel. She's on this cheese stuff. And then so it cuts to Claire going to what's it called? To the Reverend Lucas. I forgot his first name. Tragic. That's super important. James, right? I think it is James. Anyway, it cuts to her going to him. She's talking about her problems, and basically she's like, "Oh, you need to dive right in first into the deep waters." And see what is your purpose. And once you find out your purpose, then you help out with your friends. Because you honestly love Luther, right? And then she's like, I do love Luke. And he freaking puts it together. So next episode, I can presume that he's going to be there. Annoying. And then, so it cuts to, I'm pausing because, so this girl ain't got an arm, and this girl is apparently White Tiger and stuff. So you thought it was appropriate to approach them and like fight them in this bar. Oh no, they kicked all of y'all's asses and then start walking away from this bar fight. And I'm pausing because like after they do this, right, and like they like bash him with bottles and everything, they walked to the other side of the bar and everyone's just chilling like they didn't hear like a whole bar fight. Like, it makes no sense. Oh, I missed something. So right after Claire went to the Reverend, Luke followed the guy associated with the Yardies. I guess he is a Yardie into their hideout, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm here to talk to Nigel." And then he was like, "Anything you want to say to Nigel, you can say to me." Bushmaster, stop it. But Bushmaster plants an interesting seed. He's like, "We're more like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We can work together." Which I was like, "Luke, why don't you do that?" But then he instantly reminds me, um, Harlem is not yours. You need to. I won't let you ruin it. Which is funny because he says you need to get out of my yard. And he's like, you want to talk about yard with the yardies? And then he sends like a full assault with all of the yardies trying to attack him. But while they're doing this, he's recording this. Someone in the background is recording Luke fight everybody and destroy them. And this is important later. What is later? Therapeutic training. So, Bushmaster, which is after the bar fight, he watches a recording and he studies Luke. And it's weird because they get this weird image where his face merges with Luke's. So it's sort of like he can fight like him now. So, this doesn't look too good. And so after homegirl, Mariah, talks about her beautiful idea of the Shirley Chisholm complex, she brings in this one guy that it was mentioned in the first episode, the guy that owns the the largest black owned plastic company. And she was like, "Well, we need some money. So if you give up your company for the merger, we can have a lot of money. And I'm gonna need you to do that. Or I'll spill the tea to what you've been doing with Billy over here." And that's some bad stuff. If that was me, because y'all know I'm all about black-owned stuff, I would have just told my wife up front, okay? Because I'm not losing my business, okay? Okay? And I think it's funny that she still does this because this is after, what's it called? Oh, no, it's not. No, it is not. My bad. She does that. She pretty much manipulates him. And then she manipulates, Tilda walks in and she apologizes. Like, "You know what? I thought you were just like doing a front, but I see that you truly care and I apologize." And I'm like, "No, you've been manipulated." And then to confirm, Tilda's suspicions that her mom isn't done with the family business, Shades walks in. And then he has 2 bags of money. And he's like, "Oh, there's more. You're making me crazy." Ugly. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm so excited. We got the money, nigga." I hate when she said that. That sounded so weird. But it cuts to Tilda. And she tells everything that just happened here to, to the same guy that recommended, wait, did I say Tilda? No, it's Billy. It's Billy. And she talks to the same guy that recommended Bushmaster to Tilda's business. So it's interesting that she's a snake. She's a fly on the wall. She's a spy. I don't know what her relations are. I think he said baby. He said baby something. Maybe it's not baby sister. Maybe it was baby sister. But they're related in some way. So I think it's very interesting. Very interesting. And so the episode closes out with basically Luke and Claire having issues. They are talking about how they have conflicts and how they should resolve them. Because she feels he's becoming like a sadist, and he's just going out trying to fight crime because he loves fighting crime and he loves making people like suffer. And she's warned him to stop it. And she thinks part of the root of this problem is because of his father. He doesn't like anybody with the father. And she's like, "Look, I just don't like this at all. I've been raised in a domestic violence household." And then she keeps talking. No. My bad. I'm getting this mixed up. Anyway, she keeps talking about his dad. And then Luke explodes. And he punches the hole through the wall. And before this, they start talking about race, and he was like, "Oh, you think people aren't already afraid of me? I'm a black man in a hoodie." And then she talks about how people are denying their blackness as Cubans, and I'm sitting here like, okay, we really don't need to go into this race stuff because it's not too relevant to the story. Like, Luke, you have superpowers. Like, everyone in Harlem is pretty much black. I barely see white people in here. Like, the only white person I can remember is the detective, Detective Bailey. So, I mean, that's just self-hatred. People are afraid of you without the powers. But everyone knows you got powers. But anyway, he punches a hole through the wall, and she said, I gotta go to Cuba. I need to take my mind off of things. And so Luke says, we'll talk tomorrow after they both calm down. Although I think Homegirl got her mindset. But, as he goes home, and he's still thinking about these, not really thinking straight, boom, sucker punch by a Bushmaster. Ooh, gotta hurt. He's like, you talking about Harlem is your yard. No, you're wrong. It's my yard. Then the episode ends. This was a very interesting episode, I'll tell you that. But I don't know. I really don't know what they're doing with these plot threads. Like, it looks like Bushmaster is gonna be like the main villain. I think you sort of figured that from the beginning, since he stabbed a person like straight through with the through their eyes. But what is he doing with the therapeutic stuff? What is that? And is that going to be his downfall, since apparently it hurts him? What's Mariah going to do once she finally gets the sock? Is she going to stop being a villain? Will Luke listen to Claire? I don't know. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. I'm just kidding. Thanks for watching, y'all. See y'all whenever.
You ain't talking money, it's something I don't care about. Black and money minded, they call me a low, let me out. Beyond cloud, I put a rest to the naysay. I only know getting money, my only attack is